lot of people ask us how Sage Presence works with our clients, and the answer to that is not as simple as I would like it to be. And the reason for this is different organizations have different priorities. So very often we get brought in because an organization specifically wants its interview participants to get better at interviews. Other times, leadership recognizes, we just don't have a consistent interview pursuit process. We really need to get all of our interview leaders all on the same page about how to lead this process. Sometimes leadership says, interviews seem to be going okay. It's the BD that seems to be a challenge. We need folks to just generate more leads. Other times, leadership recognizes, we're telling the world one thing, and we're not fulfilling on that promise. We believe we are this kind of an organization that works with its clients in this sort of way by communicating with them in this sort of way. And some of us do that, but not all of us do. So we need to raise the bar for everyone who interacts with prospects and clients. We need to get everybody consistent with the brand promise that we're making. So leadership brings us in for different reasons, and that brings us into an organization at different places, working with different subsections of an organization. But at the same time, communication styles always flow from the top down. Leadership communication styles always flow down the ladder of authority, because everybody is looking to the person that they report to, paying attention to how they like to communicate, and they are subconsciously or consciously trying to figure out how to communicate upwards effectively. When they do that, their communication style communicates to the people who report down to them. Those folks pay attention to that and, again, try to communicate in a way that the person above them is communicating to them. That's how organizational culture gets spread from the top down. So whenever possible, we like to start at the top of an organization with senior leadership and get their perspective on what the culture is all about, how folks should be communicating with each other, what the values of the organizations are, what the behaviors of each member of this team should have. We talk with them in order to get their sense of the organizational brand, the personality of the organization. Then we can work with them to make sure that that brand is consistent, starting from the top and working our way through an organization. Now, whenever an organization is big enough to have silos, there are going to be walls from section of an organization to another section of an organization. These folks just aren't going to be naturally interacting with each other. So even when we get to work through an entire silo, it's not going to affect anyone in another silo. Sometimes that's just fine with an organization because leadership will say, that silo is totally fine as is. It's this one that needs the attention. So yeah, it really is different from organization to organization. We talk to our clients and find out what they care about the most, what the difference is between what they see currently in their organization and what they want in an organization. Very often, it's not fixing anything broken. It's just going from really good to great. It's taking their organization as it stands right now and elevating it to their next level of vision, and doing so by building the communication skills of the folks that they have the most attention on at the moment, elevating them so that they can fit inside that vision of the future of the organization.